Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of our Pokemon Storm Silver walkthrough. In the last episode, we got through the Slowpoke well. We acquired our second gym badge from gym leader Bugsy, and we also defeated our rival. And in today's episode, we're going to make our way through Ilex Forest here, and we are also going to head up to Goldenrod City, and we are going to try to beat Whitney. Now, you might notice as well that I'm not skipping through some of these battles out here, and that's simply because I would like to try to capture another Pokemon while I'm out here in the forest, and also just kind of see what's out here to catch. We also have to complete this little quest right here with the Farfetch'd to get HM for Cut, so we can get past that tree and move on past Ilex Forest. So we'll go ahead and head around here, and we will see what Pokemon that we can find out here in the wild, and then we will also try to get the Farfetch'd taken care of. Now, a Shroomish is pretty interesting. I like Shroomish as a Pokemon because we can get up to Breloom, who's also pretty good, but I don't want to use Breloom as a fighting type, mainly because I would like to try and capture a Riolu or a Lucario, so that way we can use that one as a fighting type. For later in the game, especially because that steel typing will be pretty helpful too. I know that we have Aeron on our team who kind of covers the steel type, but Aeron I kind of want to use just kind of to have a tank in the early game. I'm definitely not opposed to switching out members of the team and getting some new Pokemon on the team and seeing what we can find out here in the region, especially because all of the new Pokemon that are catchable in this game, all 493 Pokemon that are in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver Pokedex are catchable in this ROM hack, so I definitely look forward to capturing all of them. Now, I know for this Farfetch'd, we kind of have to get him to move around a little bit in the game. Will give us a notification saying that we have to catch it from behind, so I think we have to get the Farfetch'd to move up to the top of the trees, and then we can capture it from behind, and then we can move on through Ilex Forest. I also know that we get the TM for Headbutt as well. You can Headbutt trees out here in the Ilex Forest and on the next route over, and I want to say you can also do it in Azalea Town as well. And I know in the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver, that's how you got stuff like Heracross and Apom and whatnot. I know when I played through Pokemon Soul Silver, before I played through this ROM hack, I used a Heracross on my team, and it was definitely really strong. So Heracross is a good choice. Definitely something that I would have used in this game, but like I said, I want to use Riolu and Lucario as my fighting type. So with that, we got the Farfetch'd taken care of, and we will receive the HM for Cut. Now, I'm not too sure if HMs still take up a move slot in this game. I'd imagine they do, just because it would make the game harder. So I'm probably going to end up teaching Cut to Aeron if it can learn Cut. Hopefully I don't have to teach it to my Quilava, hopefully. So let's see. We'll come over here to Cut. We'll click Use, and it is a grass type move. That's interesting. Okay. So we'll go ahead and teach it to Low Rocky, so he at least has a grass type move if we happen to come up against other rock type Pokemon, or maybe like a ground type or something. So that'll be some good coverage to have for some of the early games. So at the very least they changed that, so at least it takes up a move slot, but we at the very least can get a cool physical grass type move onto Aeron. So we'll go ahead and cut down this tree just like that, and then we will move through the forest, and hopefully we can also find some more encounters. I know we've seen a Pikachu and a Shroomish so far. If we don't see anything else cool, I'll probably start skipping through some of these wild Pokemon battles. Pikachu, not super interesting of a Pokemon in this game, and unfortunately I've been having some problems with escaping from these Pikachus as well, and my electric type just got paralyzed, so that's interesting. So alright, so if I don't happen to find anything interesting in the wild Pokemon battles, what? Gardenia right there caught my eye, so let's see what she has to say. Ivysaur used Vine Whip. That feels fantastic. What in the hell did I just come... What did we just come across? What the hell was she doing to that tree? Alright then. That's great. So the only 3 things that I've seen this far is a Shroomish, a Pineco, and a Pikachu. Those are the only 3 wild Pokemon that I've seen. So we come across another Kimono Girl here as well. She wants to know the way out of the forest, so we'll point her this way. Well, not we, but our Pokemon will. And just like that, I don't know why she didn't just, like, try that. There's only really 2 directions to go in the forest, but oh well. What do I know? We'll grab this item over here as well. We get an Ether. Okay, that could be pretty helpful, probably in the later game when we can't find a Pokemon Center in a dungeon or something like that. Hopefully we can get right up here into the end of the forest. So that wasn't too bad. Not a lot of wild Pokemon battles either. Oh, holy shit. Wow. An odd keystone. Okay, so that's for Spiritomb. So more than likely when we get Spiritomb, it might be worth... I've heard of a setting. That's okay. That is interesting. Okay. Cool. Oh, shit. We'll get through this trainer battle really quick. Alrighty, so they definitely kind of put a pretty solid dent into the team. They had a lot of Pokemon on there that could paralyze us, so I definitely kind of felt the brunt of that a little bit. As you can see, Inferno took a pretty hard hit. We straight up lost Flaffy, so what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to switch Aeron to the first position, and hopefully we don't have to deal with any more double battles, but just in case we do, I'm also going to switch Espeon over to the second position, and when we get to the city, we'll heal up. Now, Cynthia mentioned something about putting that odd keystone into somewhere in Azalea Town, so maybe we'll have to head back to Azalea Town and try that out. Hopefully, we'll probably buy some repels as well when we head over to Azalea Town. That way we can get through the Ilex Forest without having to run into any wild Pokemon, and it kind of makes it easier on us. So Lyra's going to talk really quickly about her granddad, and we get access to the daycare. Now, I think in this game, the only Pokemon that you actually need the daycare to obtain is Fione. So you capture a Manaphy, you breed it with a Ditto, and you get Fione. So I don't think there's another way to get Fione in this game. To my knowledge, there isn't. I've seen a couple of walkthroughs of this game, but it's been years, and even then, I want to say that all of them had to breed Manaphy to get Fione. So Lyra's going to go ahead and give us the Pokegear information. So that way when the time comes, we can, if we want to, we can capture Manaphy and then we'll put it into the daycare and we'll try to get Fione. So just like that, we should be off. And we will head up to Goldenrod City and we will heal our Pokemon and we'll explore the city a little bit, see if there's anything new that we can see right off of the bat. And then we will head back down to Azalea Town really quick and we will grab, we'll try to see what that odd keystone can do. So we'll head up here, we'll skip some of the trainer battles just so that way we can actually like heal our team. I like how Lyra just saw us like literally not even 1 minute ago and she already wants to call us. There's no way something interesting enough could have come up for that. We'll go ahead and heal our Pokemon really quick. Hopefully as well, the egg can also hatch in this video. That would be definitely something really cool to see. So we'll go ahead and heal our Pokemon up real quick. Thank you for waiting. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna head over to the big mall over here and we are going to grab some repels. Hopefully they have, I think it's up here on the second floor, just like that. Hopefully. Let's see. No, we got our healing items over there. So we'll come over here. Maybe this is probably like battle items or something. Oh, nope, there we go. Alrighty, so we'll buy, we can buy the elemental stones directly from here. So that's definitely, that's an interesting touch. So let's see, fire, water, leaf. Yeah, okay, 4 elemental stones. So if we happen to come across a Pokemon that can evolve with those stones, we'll definitely know where to go for when it comes time to evolve them. So got that taken care of. We got our repels. So what we're going to do really quickly, we're going to head all the way down, and I'm going to go ahead and meet y'all in Azalea Town. Alrighty, so we are back in Azalea Town, and so the only place I can think of that this would actually work would be Slowpoke Well. I can't really think of anywhere else that would have anything to do with this, so let's see. Actually, before we do this, I'm going to go ahead and save really quickly. This is the first thing I thought of, so I'm kind of glad that this worked like this, and that means we can get Spiritomb super early into the game, and we can also use it against Whitney. which is going to be very, very helpful. So we'll go ahead and save our game here. We'll go ahead and lead with Aeron just to tank out some attacks, and let's see. Do you want to throw the odd keystone into the well? Yes, we do. We'll go ahead and throw it. Nice little sound effect plays. There's Spiritomb, and here we go. Alrighty, versus Spiritomb, level 20. So we'll go ahead and send in Lil Rocky. Spiritomb is going to exert its pressure. We'll go ahead and hit it right off the bat with a Metal Claw. Let's see how much damage we can do. So, not a lot of damage done to us, thankfully, but I know Aeron is also not an attacker, but at the very least we can get its health chipped away down, so that way we're not going to be at risk of killing it unless I happen to get a critical hit. So, it's using Dream Eater, so I wonder if this thing has Hypnosis. I know it has Feint Attack. Feint Attack and Dream Eater are the two moves that I see. Alrighty, so we got Spiritomb pretty nicely down. We'll go ahead and chuck a Pokeball, see if we have any good luck. I might chuck a Great Ball next just to see if we can catch it a little quicker. So 1 shake, 2 shakes, 3 shakes. And just like that, on the first try, we capture Spiritomb. Perfect. So this is a pretty solid addition to the team, one that I actually did not expect at all. So I'm very interested to see its moveset and how this works out for us. Spiritomb, the Forbidden Pokemon. It was formed by uniting 108 spirits. It has been bound to the odd keystone to keep it from doing any mischiefs. Wow. So let's see. So this thing is basically a scary-ass ghost. So now we have Sakuna, the Spiritomb. By the way, JJK is a really good anime. You guys should totally watch it. But back to Goldenrod City, we go. Alrighty. We are back in Goldenrod City. So, we'll head over to the Pokemon Center really quick. We'll heal our Spiritomb, but before we do that, let's take a look and see what Sakuna has to offer in the stats and moves department. So Sakuna, level 20, its highest stat are its defenses, of course, with a pretty solid special attack stat to boot. Hypnosis it has, Shadow Sneak, so 2 physical attacking moves, but luckily, I don't really need it so much as an attacker as I do just a staller and a wall. So the egg should also hatch in this video. So we'll go ahead, heal our Pokemon, and we'll see what we can do against Gym Leader Whitney. Alrighty. So I just left the Pokemon Center. The egg is gonna hatch. And we get a Togepi from the egg. Alrighty. So I actually wouldn't mind using oops, I actually meant to give it a nickname. I wouldn't mind using a Togekiss in our playthrough just to have a flying type, and I accidentally hit the wrong button there, so we're gonna head into the Name Raider, who thankfully happens to live right up the street, and our Repel also wears off at the perfect time, but we will go ahead and give our egged Togepi a nickname. So, for anyone who watches regular show, as you guys know, there was an episode where Mordecai and Rigby, I think it was Rigby got obsessed with a trucker's hat, and he went to go do what's called the Excellent Challenge, where he had to eat this oversized omelet in like under an hour, something like that. And unfortunately, Rigby forgot before the challenge that he is allergic to eggs, if I'm not mistaken. And Mordecai went back and did the challenge himself, trained super hard for it, and got Rigby the trucker hat. So in honor of regular show and Mordecai and Rigby, we will have Excellent, the Togepi. And with that, we also have a full team of 6 as well, which is really nice. So that way, we kind of at least have some firepower and some numbers backing us for when we go into tough battles, like we have Whitney coming up here. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and take the quiz really quickly. Answer 5 questions correctly in a row to win a radio card. Would you like to try our quiz? Yes, I would. The first question, can you check the town map with your Pokegear? Yes, we sure can. The next question, Nidorina can only be female. That is correct. The third question, the Pokeball creator Kurt, who we just met, uses apricots. That is incorrect. I forgot what I think it's apricorn or something like that. It is impossible to use a TM on Magikarp. And Professor Oak's popular show is with Mary. It's not Mary, but I forget what the actual name is. Bingo, you got it. Congratulations. Here's your radio card. You can now listen to the radio with the Pokegear, and Whitney will come over, and she will say how jealous she is that she did not get the radio card. So, back to the gym she goes, and we will follow her to the gym, and we will challenge Whitney for our 3rd gym badge. Now, I'm going to lead the gym battle with Aeron simply because he has the most ability to tank stuff. So we'll come up in here. We'll go around, come down here. I want to say we actually have to go all the way around here, just like that. Go down here. Just like that. We'll fight our first trainer. Alrighty, and with that, the first trainer is down. Aeron took a little bit of a beating in the battle, and Espeon almost fell asleep because this trainer has a Dunsparce, and her last Dunsparce happened to have Yawn on it. So, thankfully, Aeron survived, so I didn't have to use a revive, and we will face the next trainer in line. Alrighty, and with that, the next trainer is down, and we will head over to face Whitney. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save really quickly because I fully expect to get my ass kicked a couple times during this, so we will see if I am right or wrong. Saving the game here, I assume Whitney is fully going to have 6 Pokemon, just like the other gym leaders before her have had. So without further ado, let's face off against gym leader Whitney. Alrighty, gym leader Whitney with all 6 Pokemon. She will lead off with a level 21 Lickitung, and I will Lickitung, and I will lead off with Aeron at level 26. Aeron got some pretty solid levels from everybody that we faced off against in the battle leading up to Whitney. So I know Lickitung is kind of tanky, but our low Rocky here is also pretty tanky. A Power Whip is not going to do a whole lot of damage to us, as we'll Metal Claw it down, and maybe we can get her to also use a healing item as well, kind of bait that out so we don't have to deal with that later in the battle. She will go ahead and use her Super Potion, which thankfully doesn't heal it all of the way, but Aeron here is at a little bit of a disadvantage, as not only do we get disabled again, but we are at some low health. So hopefully we can get some flinches off here with Headbutt. The first one does flinch. We'll hit it again, maybe a critical hit if we're lucky. Power Whip there misses, so that's good. So Lil Rocky will stay alive for a little bit. And there's the critical hit that we need to take out her first Pokemon, Lickitung. Lil Rocky will get a little bit of experience, and the disable wears off as her Lopunny at level 21 also comes out. We'll keep at it with the headbutts, as the jump kick is definitely going to take us out right there. That's a fighting type move, and Lopunny's got some speed behind it, so we'll go ahead and head out with Volt. We'll try to paralyze this thing really quickly, and we'll see. Hopefully a Volt can take it down as well. We'll get some levels out of that. So we'll go and throw out the paralyzation right there. The Dizzy Punch will come. Volt becomes confused and unfortunately hurts itself. So this might not be so easy for Volt, as the second Dizzy Punch hits and we hurt ourselves twice. That is not good. Volt here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so thankfully the jump kick misses, but we're still confused as Volt barely hangs on. I'm going to see if we can try to get a little lucky, but jump kick does not miss a second time as Volt goes down. So we got our backs against the wall here a little bit. We'll go ahead and throw out Espeon. I didn't want to use the higher level Pokemon here, as Espeon and Quilava are still a little over leveled, but we'll throw out the side beam here, and down goes Lopunny. So I fully expect Espeon to kind of run through their team just a little bit here until the Miltank comes out. So sitting at level 24, there is Whitney's Miltank. We'll throw out another side beam here and get it down almost to half, as the body slam will come out, and Espeon actually tanks that pretty hard. Espeon's got some pretty good defenses behind it, I guess. There goes the Miltank. So it's looking like the Whitney fight is going to be a little bit easier, thanks to how over leveled the Pokemon got when we were actually doing the switch training, and especially Espeon during Team Rocket battle, followed by the gym battle and then the rival battle. So we definitely got a lot of good levels for our team, but we're pretty top heavy, as it's just the top two. Aeron obviously went down, Flaffy went down, Togepi would probably go down, and Spiritomb isn't really going to have the firepower to take out a lot of these Pokemon. So we're definitely a pretty top heavy team at the moment, and later in the game as we go on, it's definitely going to get a lot harder, and we'll have to diversify our team and definitely kind of be a little beefed up heading into some of those battles. So Wigglytuff actually will not go down in one shot here due to its defenses, and Whitney's going to pull out another Super Potion. So we'll go ahead and throw out another side beam, get it down to almost the red. Actually, it'll go into the red, and we'll throw out another one. We'll knock down the Wigglytuff, and then we will move on to the next Pokemon. which is also her last Pokemon as the Clefable comes out, level 22. And just like the Wigglytuff, this thing probably won't go down in one shot, but we'll get it down to at least the yellow just like that. It actually happened to have a Citrus Berry. I'm kind of surprised that she didn't put that on her Ace, which was her Miltank. Combine that with Milk Drink, and that would be kind of annoying. But Clefairy goes down there, or not Clefairy, I'm sorry, Clefable goes down there. And Zomu does not level up, but sitting at level 31, that is pretty good, especially because Zomu ran through pretty much the entire team. But with that, Whitney will go down, and she won't immediately give us the gym badge because she has to, cry about it for a little bit. She lost. But as this person says, she will stop soon, so we'll go back up to Whitney, and we will acquire our 3rd gym badge. And with the plain badge and Whitney's defeat, we have 3 total gym badges, and that will allow us to advance to Ecruteak City, where we can take on the 4th gym leader and acquire the 4th badge, and then we will move on after that. Hopefully in the next episode, we will make it through the entire route. We'll try to go through the bug catching contest if it's available. If not, we'll try to catch that another time, and then we will try to face off against not only our rival in the Burn Tower and start the legendary dog hunt, but we will also acquire our 4th gym badge when we go to face off against Morty in the Ghost Gym. But that'll wrap it up for this episode, guys. I wanted to say thank you. It's been we were pretty productive in this episode. We went all the way through Ilex Forest to Goldenrod, and we went right back with the odd Keystone. Met up with Cynthia when we got that as well, so we know she's definitely a major player in this game. And then we came back and we got the gym badge off of Whitney. So with that, guys, that'll wrap up today's video, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you for watching.